আমাৰটো সব টিচাৰবোৰ অহাই নাই চাগে
আৰু মানে বোধহয় চিটি টিচাৰ চাগে আজি নাহিব
এটা হ'ল কি এই আমাৰ বিশ্বনাথ ছাত্ৰী নামত যিটো এটা গল্প এইটো কিতাপ এতিয়ালৈকে আমাৰ হাতত আহি পৰা নাই আনিব নেক্সট মই ভাল এনাউন্স কৰি দিব বস্তু ৰেজিষ্টাৰ এটা দি দিয়ক সেই
চাৰে বাৰটা এটা বজাত গোটেই গোট কিবা মোৰ লগত ফোন নম্বৰ আছে ঠিক আছে আপুনি কণ্টেক্ট কৰিব মই তোমাৰ লগত
বাকীখিনি আহিব ইয়াৰ পৰা ল'লোঁ বাকীকেইটা চব কৰিছোঁ
हेलो चेक दैट इज चेक हेलो ठीक है
And have to do the ready to that.
এইটো আপোনাৰ ইয়াৰ চিকুৱেঞ্চটো যোনটো চিকুৱেঞ্চত হ'ব কাম আৰু এই মানে চববোৰ পাইছেনে এইবোৰ পাইছেনে স্পীচবোৰ পাইছেনে
মোৰ ষ্টুডেণ্টে চব মিলাই আছে
হ'বই নোৱাৰে ন
ঠিক আছে
আৰু বেগটো এৰি গেল কি বাইদেউ চেক কৰি দিয়ক
কাষ্টিঙৰ কাৰণে আপোনাৰ লাইটৰ অসুবিধা হ'ব নেকি? আমি ষ্টেজৰ কাৰণে ডিল কৰিছোঁ ইয়াত অসুবিধা নহয়।
कहाँ से बोला? हम बोला कि उसको हम नर्सरी में छोड़ेगा। चेंज कर दो
Have to like, yeah, have to like.
announcement দিব লাগে এইটো চাবতো পৰা হৈছে
ৰেকি বস তোমাক কোনে কৈছে সৰলে পঠিয়াইছে বুলি
ৰবাৰে এটাক দেখাই দিম
আপনার সিমিউলেটর একটা ইউটিউবে পৌঁছেছে আপনি সেইটো এড্রেস দিও আপনার এই পুরো কন্ট্রোল নাই নাকি তো আপনি অ্যাড্রেসটা লইল বুঝলেন তো আপনার বস্তু রেডি কিও না
এইটো চিফ মিনিষ্টাৰ তাত এডুকেশ্যন মিনিষ্টাৰ হৈ যাব চিএম আছিল না প্ৰিণ্ট আৰু এতিয়াতো প্ৰিণ্ট কৰিব পৰা সম্ভৱ নহয় এইটো কাটি সেইটোৱে হয়
Type C apa? Kita ini apa? हाँ हेलो बोलो हाँ मेरा टाइप C है वो MI का कौन दो कैसे ठीक है हो गया होगा नहीं क्या बाकी कौन दो कोण ना ठीक है मैं पूछता हूँ उनको हमको ठीक से याद नहीं था हेलो yes sir
কৰিব পাৰিবা নেকি? মই আছোঁ পঠাই দিয়া নহ'লে
মই কৰি আছোঁ।
जो यूट्यूब पे ओपन हुई ना उसको उसका डालना है
यूट्यूब पे चल रहा है बट इनका जो
हाँ यूट्यूब पे तो आ रहा है बट उनकी वेबसाइट के थ्रू नहीं आ रहा है तो 1 बजे ठीक है सर ठीक है मैम ठीक है मैं उनको शेयर कर दूँगा 1 बजे स्टार्ट हो जाएगा मैं अपना ठीक है मैं डुप्लीकेट और ये लिंक देके भी डुप्लीकेट बना है हाँ वो भी ये भी लेने दीजिए और नहीं हो तो वहाँ मैं लिंक मैं अपना लैपटॉप वहाँ अपना लैपटॉप में पासवर्ड ऑनलाइन बोले
গোবিন্দতে ক'ত থৈছা বেগবোৰ
আমরা এদিকে মানা
না বেগবোৰ তহঁতে ক'ত থৈছা ইয়াতে থৈ দে নহ'লে গোবিন্দহঁতৰ লগতে চাইডত
কাৰ হেৰি হেৰি এণ্টেনা কেবল চেবল আছে কিবা
কেবল চেবল আছে
কি কেবল এছডিএমএ কেবল আছে সৰু এছডিএমএ দীঘল কেবল আছে আপোনাৰ চাইটো সিফালে দিছে
আমাৰ
এইটো লাইভ যাব itu kom ini ebar এফালে আহিব লাগিব সোমাই গ'ল লোৱা অলপ খাই দিয়ক ন ফকাত লাইট কম আছে
यूट्यूब पे चल रहा है हाँ यूट्यूब से चल रहा है पर वेबसाइट पे जाके जो लिंक ओपन करते हैं लाइव नहीं उस पर नहीं आ रहा है अपना किसी नहीं
रोमन रोमनটা ধর
वेबसाइट में दो लिंक आपने दिया हुआ है जिसमें लाइव है that link is being cast on the Google site but this is not coming here so you have changed the link आपने लिंक चेंज किया है नहीं लिंक सेम नहीं है लिंक सेम नहीं हो तो यहाँ भी आता है देखिए अभी आपने तो convocation का हमको जो वेबसाइट है वहाँ दूसरा लिंक भी मैंने किया वहाँ तो आ रहा है वहाँ दूसरा लिंक दिया हुआ है। ठीक है 1 o'clock तो अभी हो गया है, अभी 1:05 हो गया, फिर भी आप आपने अभी ये अभी नहीं लेकिन वो आपने दिया था वो आइटम नहीं है ना, अभी चेंज हो गया। हाँ ये देखिए हाँ ठीक है, मैं दूसरा मैं पुराना वाला लिंक में डिलीट कर दूँ, तब ये इसमें आ जाए।
লাইট মানে কম আছে গম পাইছোঁ এইটো আছে এইবিলাক ইয়াত দিলেও নহ'ব না ইমান নেপাম না এইটো এইবিলাক ঠিক আছে এতিয়া আপুনি ইয়াত থাকক মই লাইটৰ চুইচবিলাক চব দি দিলে
नहीं अभी लाइट देखो क्लियर है
এইটো সাইডৰ লাইট এটা অন কৰ এইটো কোণাৰ লাইট এটা অন কৰ দেখিলে
Friends. These are friends.
Hello. 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 Check. That is check. Hello. 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 Check. Hello. Hello.
हेलो ऑडियो बना नहीं हाँ क्या
Hello. 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 Check. Hello.
मैं स्पीड दौड़ा स्पीड मारो नहीं जाएगा ठीक है
किसका प्रॉब्लम है
हाँ लाइट कम था फोकस स्पीड हो गया
कहाँ से दे रहा है सीट कहाँ से दे रहा है ऑडियो
ऑडियो इसमें कहाँ से आ रहा है
ऑडियो इसमें डायरेक्ट ऑडियो इसमें आ रहा है
नहीं ऑडियो कहाँ से वो वहाँ से फीड फीड नहीं गया फीड कहाँ गया ऑडियो वहाँ से दे रहा है
ऑडियो से डायरेक्ट हम लोग तो मिक्सर से
और ये दोनों का मिक्सर दोनों कैमरा का मिक्सर कैसे ऑफ करके करेंगे
ऑफ नहीं जाएगा
आप मैनुअली करोगे ना
हाँ मैनुअली होगा बट ऑफ नहीं जाएगा ऑन करके
মাইকো আছে ন মাজত ষ্টেজটো ল'বা দেই মাজত অলপ জুম কৰি ষ্টেজটো আৰু ঠিকে আছে ফুল লাইট অলপ ষ্টেজটো তাৰপৰা ল'বা পুৰা তেনেকুৱা নালাগে মাজত ফুল লাইটো লাগিব মানুহৰ প্ৰতি লাগিবতো নাই নাই মইতো আমাৰ পডিয়ামটো এনেও থাকিবই আমাৰ যদি ক্ল'জ হৈ থাকিলে মইতো कार्ड আছে না कार्ड পুরা এটা রেকর্ড করি আছে অফ করে দিবি কি অফ করি এটা না রেকর্ড করি ও ফোন দিয়ে আপনি রেকর্ড মারতে চান ছোটা মত মেন স্টার্ট হলো তো
Good afternoon, everyone. This is an announcement for the degree awardees. If you already know the procedure, we would still like you to pay a little bit of attention. The degree awardees for PhD and MPhil degrees to receive their degrees from the Chancellor. The other degree holders will rise in their seats, but they will not come to the stage. This is an announcement for the PhD degree holders. When the Vice Chancellor calls the Chancellor to confer your degrees, that is, just before that, the anchor will announce this, and please do rise in your seats. When the Chancellor when the Vice Chancellor requests the Chancellor to admit you, the Chancellor will give you your oath. When the oath is being given, kindly remain standing in your positions. The moment the oath is over, we have our colleagues who will help you come up to this point. And we will do it all in the order in which the list is, which is in an alphabetical order, and you also know your numbers. Please come up here, and then you will come one by one to the stage to be conferred your degrees. we will request you not to linger too much on the stage because there are many people who will have to be awarded. We have official photographers who will take your photographs here, and you can all take a copy later. If anybody wishes to take a photograph, we request you to do it from the place where you are and not to come up to the front of the stage because this will be recorded live. Also, kindly keep your phones on silent mode. This is a request to everybody present here. Kindly keep your phones on silent mode throughout the proceedings. Thank you so much. And welcome to the 27th convocation of Guwahati University.
सुनिए ना है यार
There's another announcement for the degree holders. After the degree awarding ceremony is over, you are requested to go to the counters from which you collected your robes and return the robes there. You will also be given a coupon. You will have to collect your robe return coupon from the counter. And this is for PhD holders, MPhil holders, and all the other degree holders. Thank you.
নিজে একটা ক্যামেরা রেখে মাক করে তুই করতে পারবি আর ডিউটি তোমার হয়েছে না টুরা eso.
Ladies and gentlemen, an announcement again for the degree holders. Degree rope khini jetia ghurai dibo apnaloke ekhon coupon dibo সেই কুপনখন লৈ আপোনালোকে নিজৰ সাৰ্টিফিকেট কালেক্ট কৰিবলৈ নিৰ্ধাৰিত ৰুমত যাব লাগিব আৰু এই এনাউন্সমেন্টটো হৈছে বিএসসি বিকম এমএ এমএসসি বিএ বিই বিআৰ ল সকলো ডিগ্ৰীৰ কাৰণে অকমান মন দি শুনিব পিএইচডি আৰু এমফিল ডিগ্ৰী ধাৰী সকলক ডিগ্ৰী ইয়াত দিয়া হ'ব বিএসসি সকলো বিএসসি কাৰণে আপোনালোক ৰুম নম্বৰ 17 গ্ৰাউণ্ড ফ্লোৰ যাব লাগিব আমাৰ কাখত থকা অডিটৰিয়ামৰ কাখত থকা আৰ্টছ বিল্ডিংলৈ আৰ্টছ বিল্ডিংৰ গ্ৰাউণ্ড ফ্লোৰত ৰুম নম্বৰ 17ত বিএসসি ডিগ্ৰী সাৰ্টিফিকেট সকল বিএসসি সাৰ্টিফিকেট পোৱা যাব ৰুম নম্বৰ 18A তাত বিকম বিটেক আৰু বিএডৰ সাৰ্টিফিকেট সমূহ পোৱা যাব ৰুম নম্বৰ 20 এমএ এমএসসি আৰু এমকম সাৰ্টিফিকেট সকলো পোৱা যাব তাৰ পিছত ফাৰ্স্ট ফ্লোৰ ৰুম নম্বৰ 50 ল ডিগ্ৰী সাৰ্টিফিকেট সকলো ডিগ্ৰী ধাৰী সকল তালে যাব লাগিব ল ডিগ্ৰী সাৰ্টিফিকেট তাত পোৱা যাব ৰুম নম্বৰ 51ত বিই আৰু বিসিএ সাৰ্টিফিকেটস থাকিব তাৰ পৰা কালেক্ট কৰিব লাগিব ৰুম নম্বৰ 53ত সকলো বিএ ডিগ্ৰীধাৰী সকল যাব আৰু ৰুম নম্বৰ 54ত বিআৰ্ক এমটেক এমএলআইএসসি এমবিএ এমচিজে আৰু ইন্টিগ্ৰেটেড কমাৰ্চ এই ডিগ্ৰী সাৰ্টিফিকেটবোৰ ৰুম নম্বৰ 54ত পোৱা যাব আৰ্টছ বিল্ডিংৰ ফাৰ্স্ট ফ্লোৰত so after the proceedings are over kindly go to your rooms the allotted rooms return your robes collect your coupons and then take the coupons to these rooms to collect your degree certificates thank you
थोड़ा सा बस
यहाँ में काटने से नहीं आपको उधर दिख रहा हूँ
इधर पिछवाले
इसमें तो ठीक ही देते हैं ना, देखिए
इसमें से इसमें और क्लियर दिखेगा इसमें थोड़ा सा और क्लियर दिखेगा, इसमें थोड़ा सा हल्का दिख रहा है। फुल जा रहा है, फुल पे ही है।
ये फाट रहा है, हाँ ये फाट गया है।
720 ये भी HD डिस्प्ले है,
ये 68 बिट का है, वो
1080 PP का है। नहीं, इसकी मैक्सिमम स्पीड जा रही है ना यूट्यूब पे। अगर 10 वाली लोगे ना, 10 वाली लोगे तो 1 इस पर जाएगी 110 पे। देखो जैसे मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ, मैं अगर 110 व्यू को बोलता हूँ, मैंने ये दिया, ठीक है। स्पीड जाता है,
हमें मिला कर देखें, ये बड़ा ठीक आ रहा है ना।
इसमें ठीक आ रहा है। जब लाइव देखेंगे तो इसमें 110 तक का है ना, अगर इसमें लेट आ रहा है
तो वहाँ से जो आउटपुट जा रहा है ना,
हाँ, इसका हल्का सा थोड़ा सा मूव भी करते रहना, देखते रहेंगे लोग। एक ही वजह से स्टूडेंट बैठेंगे, जूम आउट करते हैं।
নামটো মাতোতে এজনে আমি স্টুডেণ্টকেইটা নামাতিম কৈ দিবা যে এবচেণ্ট নামাতে প্ৰেজেণ্ট আহিব এইটো নামটো মানে এনাউন্সমেণ্ট মানুহ নামাতে এবচেণ্ট নামাতে পঠাই দিম আপোনাৰ ফোন নম্বৰটো আছে জনাই দিম ফোন দিম সেইদিনা আহিছে যিহেতু নাজানো কিন্তু সেইটো এটা খালী পিছত চাই ল'ব আহিলে জনাই দিব নাজানো মইহে মন কৰিছোঁ
এইটো পেইণ্টিং হ'ব ইয়াতে গোটেই লাইন কৰি লাগে মই এইটো ইয়াত লগাই দিম মই এইটো ইয়াত মিডিয়াগুলো আসলে মিডিয়াগুলো যাবেন কীভাবে তোমার এখানে পাওয়া
I request all present to stand up as the procession arrives. All may please remain standing for the national anthem. may please remain standing for the university anthem. May I request you all to keep standing, because we need to observe 1 minute's silence for the passing of Shri M. Karunanidhi. Thank you. All present are requested to sit. May I request the Registrar, Guwahati University, to please deliver the welcome address and request the Honorable Chancellor to open the convocation and preside over the proceedings.
Honorable Chancellor of Guwahati University and the Governor of Assam, Professor Jagdish Mukhi, respected Education Minister of Assam, Sri Siddhartha Bhattacharya, esteemed Chief Guest of this function, Dr. Krishnaswamy Kosurirangan, respected Vice Chancellor of Guwahati University, Dr. Midul Hajarika, respected Rector of Guwahati University, Professor H.P. Sharma, respected Deans of Faculties, teachers, officers, and staff members of Guwahati University, respected invited guests, and my dear students present here. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to this august occasion of 27th convocation of Guwahati University being held in this auditorium today. I must convey my special regards to Dr. Krishnaswamy Kosurirangan, renowned scientist, and Dr. Sarveshwar Sahoya, Indian nephrologist and renowned surgeon, who will be awarded honorary degree of Doctor of Letters by this university in this convocation. We express our sincere gratitude to them for accepting our humble recognition towards their great contribution in respective fields. I should also convey my regards and gratitude to eminent artists Sri Nil Pawan Barua and family members of late Sukrasai Jorava, renowned theatre artist from Assam, who will be awarded honorary doctorate degree posthumously by this university in this convocation. We really feel honored with their kind consent and presence today. I especially welcome nearly 600 students to this convocation who will be presented different degrees by this university, and we are encouraged by their active participation and would like to congratulate them for their achievement. Once again, I welcome all of you to this great occasion of Guwahati University today. At the end, with profound respect, I humbly request our Honorable Chancellor of Guwahati University to declare the 27th convocation open at this moment. Thanking you all, Dr. Suresh Kumar Das, Registrar, Guwahati University.
I declare the 27th convocation of Guwahati University open.
Thank you, sir. May I request the Honorable Chancellor to call upon the Vice Chancellor to address this convocation.
I request the Vice Chancellor to address the convocation.
Honorable Chancellor of Guwahati University, Professor Jagdish Mukhi, Chief Guest of today's function, Padma Vibhushan Dr. Chittaranjan, Honorable Education Minister of Assam, Sri Siddhartha Bhattacharya, Deans of Faculties, Rector, teachers, officer, staff, and all members of the university family, all invited guests, students, ladies and gentlemen. On this occasion of the 27th convocation, it is my privilege to welcome you all to Guwahati University. As I complete my term as Vice Chancellor, I am conscious of several achievements, some important groundwork that has been done to prepare for the future, and certainly of some unfinished work. It has been an honor to be a part of this great institution, and that is so close to the hearts of the people of the region, and take forward some part of the legacy of its illustrious founders and eminent previous vice-chancellors. During its 70-year history, this university has been a model for other institutions of higher education, has served the educational needs of students from the entire northeastern region, and developed a vibrant culture of research and responded in different ways to societal and cultural expectation. It has preserved its unique character and guarded the freedom to think and work that is the mark of any great institution that prides itself on nurturing the future citizens of a nation and in creating new knowledge. Every Vice-Chancellor has to make an assessment of the institution he or she is undertaking to lead, understand its history, discover its potential, evaluate its strengths and weaknesses, and finally make a realistic call on how much it is possible to achieve in the time available. When I came to Guwahati University in 2013 as the 16th Vice Chancellor, I was conscious of its rich past, the eminence and erudition of its founding figures, the vision they had of an institution that would set and maintain impeccable teaching and research standards, but that would also be sensitive and responsive to the needs of the people and the region that had contributed to its existence and that had high expectations of its faculty and students, the establishment of a culture of independent thinking and good practices in administration. At the same time, I realized that while an institution might begin with a vision and have great initial impetus for it to continue to grow and keep pace with the changing trends in higher education, requires constant nurturing and fresh inputs. And there are many challenges associated with aging infrastructure, facilities that are not adequate to meet the increasing demand for higher education among students, unplanned growth, and inefficiencies in the administrative system that had also aged with time, and academic responsibilities of a growing number of affiliated colleges. While several systematic changes had been made, the semester system was introduced in all departments in 2001. New departments had been opened. The Institute of Science and Technology had been set up in response to the need for education in frontline areas of technology, and integrated courses were functioning in law and commerce. There were certain areas that seemed to need the extra push. My administration has been instrumental in addressing several aspects of development. We have strengthened infrastructure across the university, expanded, streamlined space requirement of departments, successfully created a closed campus with boundary wall and 2 gates at each end of the university premises. Upgraded student housing, a 300-seater girls' hostel is under construction. Refurbished residential accommodation for faculty and administrative officers and staff, built new housing and improved internal campus roads. A new market complex has been constructed inside the campus. The central library has been considerably expanded and the funds allocated for increasing its holding. Construction of a new food court and renovation of all canteens are also significant developments for the improvement of the campus life. We are considering optimum use of existing infrastructure by using premises for evening courses, and several are on the anvil. The BKB Auditorium and Fanidar Dr. Seminar Hall have been renovated with state-of-the-art facilities, while several other auditoriums have been built. In addition to solar panels of 25 kilowatt capacity, a further 200 kilowatt solar capacity is being added. Conventional lighting systems have been replaced by LED. The physical ambience in administrative buildings has been significantly improved, even as their efficiency is being increased through integrated automated management system. A file tracking system has been put in place, and there is a sense of urgency in the various administrative departments that augurs well for the future. Water bodies have been cleared, trees and bushes trimmed, and biodiversity and aquaculture park has been completed. These are the steps essential to the creation of a congenial atmosphere for study and reflection. Our goal is to provide students with the means for lifelong learning, to teach them how best to bring out their own talents and learn to nurture them. The university, in that sense, is a facilitator, and I am proud that my faculty shares this sentiment and is engaged in the task of teaching students how to bring out the best in themselves. Aristotle said, the roots of education are bitter, but the fruits are sweet. The deeper we want to go in acquiring knowledge, the greater the effort is to be made, and it is our responsibility to share a part of the effort by students in acquiring the best part of education. Keeping this in mind, we have improved the curriculum, made it more responsive to changing needs, and introduced subject-specific skill components through value-added courses. From this year, we are conducting entrance tests for the postgraduate courses in all departments, even as the GU rate has been fine-tuned to admit applicants with the right aptitude into research programs. We have been giving serious thought The university is now poised to transform itself and move into a new and accelerated phase of growth, and several key steps taken in the last few years are expected to provide crucial impetus. Cardinal John Henry Newman, in the idea of a university, called the university a seat of wisdom, a light of the world, an alma mater of the rising generation. It is the assemblage of strangers from all parts in one spot. The coming through a wide extent of country. In these words, Neiman suggests a nursery for the care of young minds, a place where differences of all kinds can exist side by side, a forum where conversation and debate are the norm and where there is a true sense of universality. To my mind, this was also a dream of our founding fathers, who prepared a blueprint of an institution that would be an at London and Brussels in the recent past. Our insistence on improving publication record of faculty is also both for individual development as it is for recognition of the institution. In making ourselves more visible, our alumni are a special source of strength and support. We have reached out to our alumni now working and living in different parts of the state. the country, and the world, and convince them to stand alongside as us for the growth of the university. The Alumni Association is now active and vibrant within the university and in individual departments. The newly refurbished Alumni House is at the hub of institutional level alumni activity. European and Australian chapters of the association have been established and are functioning. A fellowship has been recently initiated with alumni support. MOUs have been signed with universities in several countries, along with international exchange programs for students. The first student exchanges are taking place this year itself, with 15 students joining various departments. While teaching remains the most important aspects of the institution, and students form the core of all our most meaningful activities, to do justice to teaching and to take the frontiers of
a vibrant research atmosphere is an imperative. This, to my mind, is the other key area where we need to focus. Many departments are doing research in frontline areas of their disciplines, and their publishing records compared with the best in the world. Some of the steps taken in the last 3 or 4 years are geared towards enhancing research across the university. These include setting up of Center for Southeast Asian Studies, for the Performing Arts, for Language and Cultural Studies, and the very recent Center for Brahmaputra Studies, with a sanction of Rs 28 crores from the Ministry of Donor, enhancement of research facilities for cutting-edge research like SAME, etc., and provision for startup grants for young faculty of the university. We had some gap in developing a strong linkage with the industry. We have managed to reduce the gap recently with the understanding arrived with Oil India Limited for establishing an incubation center and introducing a Brahmaputra chair with research support for our Brahmaputra Study Center for one-stop solution for all problems related to the Brahmaputra. But I also have in mind a culture of research that must pervade the entire university. Research that contributes to good teaching, research that is both global and local, and that results in more visible publication. When we speak of the university as a seat of wisdom, we are essentially concerned with the composite entity, and I dream of a time when every department of this university will have unique research programs that will draw researchers from all over the world. One may speak of infrastructure and development, of initiatives to improve administration and academics. However, no institution is what it is without its human resources. And it gives me great pleasure to put on record here today in what is effectively my final formal address, the dedication, commitment, and capacity for hard work that I found among faculty, officers, and staff. I have been fortunate to have worked with a very fine group of people who have supported me and have been pillars of strength. They are behind many of the innovations and changes that you find today. An institution is a composite, certainly, but a composite is made up of individuals. It is to these individuals, faculty members, staff, administrators, that we now look to take the university forward in the future. A convocation is finally about students. It is a proud moment in the life of an institution when there is a visible manifestation of its work. You have chosen to come and study here with us, and we are very happy that today your hard work has paid off and you are receiving your degrees. I congratulate you all and pray that you will do well in life. We have firm conviction that you will shine in your chosen fields and be good, compassionate, conscientious human beings. You are already responsible citizens to the nation and conscious members of society. We look to you to take the state and nation ahead, to be concerned about life around you and step in where there is injustice, to always stand for what is right against all odds, and to extend a helping hand to those less fortunate than you. Before I conclude, let me quote Nelson Mandela: "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." My very best wishes are with you today and always. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request the Honorable Chancellor to call upon our guest of honor, the Education Minister of Assam, Shri Siddharth Bhattacharya, to address the gathering.
I request the Honorable Education Minister of Assam to address the gathering.
Honorable His Excellency Professor Jagdish Mukhi, the Chancellor of Guwahati University and also the Governor of Assam, Dr. Chittaranjan, Chief Guest of today's convocation, Dr. Midul Hazarika, Vice Chancellor, Guwahati University, Deans of all faculties of Guwahati University, members of the Guwahati University Court, members of the Executive Council, Guwahati University, members of Academic Council, Guwahati University, Professor H.P. Sharma, Rector, Guwahati University, Dr. S.K. Nath, Registrar, Guwahati University, invited guests, and my dear students. I am also an alumni of this Guwahati University. And we were students in Guwahati University at a turbulent period of Assam's history. And since then, I have seen that Guwahati University has produced not only scholars, not only teachers to different organizations, but it has also contributed to the political, social activists, scientists, and almost in all spheres of Assam's life as well as in India. The Vice Chancellor has stated that they have started alumni associations in US and Australia, and with all their help, we can take the university still further ahead. Today, when I have entered the university campus, I have entered the campus after a long time, and I was really pleased to see the changes that has come into different buildings, different structures that have come up. Guwahati University has an illustrious history. It started off some 70 years back when the people of Assam felt the urge to have a university of their own. And I pay homage to those founding fathers of Guwahati University, without whose selfless work, without whose selfless dedication, this university probably wouldn't have been established. Guwahati University is one of the most premier institutions not only in Assam but also in Northeast India. And as a premier institute, where recently I had the opportunity to interact with the Vice Chancellor, and he had informed me about the improved ranking in among all the universities of India. What we need today is not only a curriculum where only the traditional subjects are taught. Our curriculum have to be modified and also to upgrade itself to fulfill the needs of the society that is evolving every day. We have to bring in research-based curriculum where not only academic subjects but also subjects which has got applied application in industries and also in different organizations may also be brought into here. I really hope that Guwahati University kicking up its tradition of not only building leaders in academic but also in the political and other fields will fulfill its duties in the years to come. I thank all those officers, teaching staff who have contributed for this present status of Guwahati University. I congratulate all the students who will be getting their degrees. I fondly remember when I was a student, I had also attended one such convocation, even though it was not held on time, after quite some time, but still that memory still rings in my mind. And I not only congratulate you on your achievement, on the laurels that you have brought for yourself, to your family, and also to this university. And I hope that in future also you will brighten the name of this illustrious organization. I thank the Chancellor of Guwahati University for the active role that he has been playing in improving the quality of education in Guwahati University. His help has been wonderful. And on behalf of Government of Assam, I can assure this august house that Government of Assam will leave no stones unturned to further broaden up the scope of this university, to further improve the Guwahati University. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be present here, and I wish you all my very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I shall now introduce our chief guest for this convocation. Guwahati University welcomes the chief guest of the 27th convocation, Dr. Krishnaswamy Kasturirangan. Born in 1940, Dr. Kasturirangan steered the Indian space program gloriously for many years as chairman of the Indian Space Research Organization, and it was under his able leadership that India achieved many important milestones in its space program. He is one of India's most eminent scientists and an immensely decorated one, the recipient of our highest civilian honors, the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan, and the Padma Vibhushan. Sir, we welcome you, and I now request the Honorable Chancellor to call upon our chief guest to deliver the convocation address.
I request the chief guest, Dr. K. Kasturirangan, to deliver the convocation address.
Your Excellency, Dr. Jagdish Mukhi, Governor of Assam and Honorable Chancellor of Guwahati University, Sri Siddharth Bhattacharya, Honorable Minister for Education of Assam, Vice Chancellor Dr. Midul Hazarika, Dr. H.P. Sharma, Dr. Suresh Nath, members of the Executive and Academic Council, faculty and staff, distinguished guests, my dear students who are receiving their degrees today, ladies and gentlemen, I deem it a privilege to be invited to address the convocation of the Guwahati University. I would like to thank the Honorable Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor and other members of this university for this unique honor done to me. I take this opportunity to greet each and every one of you who is present today on this campus on this very august occasion. I would also use this opportunity to thank the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor and the Executive Council for this great honor done to me today by selecting me to be the honor of being one among you by giving me the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters. I think it's a very great privilege for me to receive it from this university, the foremost and the oldest university in the Northeast, going to higher and higher heights in terms of its performance, and already has a very prestigious rank in the overall scheme of the educational institutions ranking in this country, and I am sure it will now strive for the global ranking. So I am indeed very proud to receive this from the hands of the Chancellor on this august occasion. Guwahati University, the oldest and largest university in Northeast India, has strived to steadily make its mark in the academic community since its inception in 1948. It continues to be the leading teaching and research institution in the Northeast to this day, with its sprawling, self-contained and peaceful campus, nestled between the hillock and the mighty Brahmaputra. It has always been an exciting experience for me to visit the Northeast, a land endowed with enchanting mountainous ranges, beautiful meandering rivers, as well as awe-inspiring riches of wildlife. Communities, cultures, religions, and customs of different hues provide an exceptional display of diversity, the like of which we can rarely see elsewhere. The culture and tradition of Assam has developed out of assimilation of different ethno-cultural groups under various politico-economic systems, providing a unique setting for the young minds. You, my dear students, could not have asked for a better environment to bring out the best in your creative thinking and intellectual abilities. I am happy to note that the Guwahati University in 2017 has secured the 39th rank among the universities in India. At this juncture, I would like to recognize the central role of His Excellency, Dr. Jagdish Mukhi, in providing visionary leadership to this great institution, bringing to bear his extraordinary erudition, wide-ranging knowledge and experience. I am aware of many institutions that owe their existence to his vision and initiative. The Indraprastha University is one such example. He has a very long stint in education. His erudition and background that he brings to bear to provide the oversight of this university, therefore, is sure to not only benefit the university, but we should see this university scaling greater heights in the years to come under your visionary leadership, sir. I'm also happy to see the Honorable Minister Mr. Siddharth Bhattacharya, who just now spoke, and he was very, very clear about the determination of the state of Assam to provide all the types of support that this university will need to raise it to higher levels of achievements. We need such ministers to create this kind of educational system. Thank you, Dr. Siddharth Bhattacharya, for this offer and also your announcement. I use this opportunity to congratulate the Vice Chancellor and the entire staff for their sheer commitments towards maintaining and sustaining high standards in teaching. In fact, one had to hear the report of the Vice Chancellor to see the type of laudable achievements that this university has had in the last 1 year. It speaks volumes of many things that are going on, not only in the front of education, innovation, and also, of course, research. And in fact, in the morning I went to the physics and physics department. It's so early in the morning, it is vibrant and active with all the researchers working in their respective laboratory. And I should say that not only the deans and the academic staff, but also the Vice Chancellor provide the necessary inspiration, which is what it should be. My dear friends, the rich ambience and heritage of this place to which you belong to is an enduring source of inspiration for all of you. I warmly congratulate each one of you who has the proud privilege of graduating today. My best wishes go with you for your success and for achieving what you have been aspiring for and you have been dreaming. Hope, courage, conviction, and determination are the qualities that will lead you to achieve your goals. I would like to use this occasion to dwell on the importance and the key role that universities play in the progress of any nation. The challenges that universities face in the wake of globalization is enormous, and what acquires importance in this context is the quality of education that is imparted by these centers of learning. The pursuit of academic and intellectual excellence is central to and at the heart of the university education. I consider that the wide spectrum institutions like Guwahati University have a unique role to play for our present and future society. This uniqueness springs from the experience and expertise in a wide range of disciplines spanning diverse branches of learning, including sciences, technology, management, law, arts, culture, and humanities. Such an environment is suitable for cross-fertilization of ideas among diverse disciplines. All modern endeavors and new progress are critically dependent on such cross-fertilization of disciplines. As modern branches of knowledge are rapidly expanding, there is growing realization of the need for such interactive studies to achieve rapid progress. Having seen the variety of courses in which education is imparted in your university, it's quite obvious you are in an advantageous position to bring in a holistic approach to the pedagogy. In this context, I would like to bring the case of a strong emphasis on the liberal arts education. Much is being discussed nowadays about the importance of this aspect of education. It is needless to go into the details of this to this erudite audience about the role of liberal education to develop the freedom to think critically and independently, to cultivate one's mind to its full potential, and to liberate oneself from prejudice, superstition, and dogma. To foster these qualities, appropriate choice of curriculum is critical. It is important to note that the science and mathematics are essential components of any such project because they provide students the ability to develop methods of inquiry that are indispensable for the full development of the human mind and its powers to reason independently. More explicitly, in pure mathematics and theoretical physics, one learns how to reason from clearly defined premises. In experimental sciences, one learns the method of induction, that is, how to make proper inferences from evidence. The great works of Indian philosophy and scriptures provide interesting examples of how the mind liberates itself from prejudice by the rigorous application to questions as to how we are known and how we should act. In short, a liberal education will prepare you to be a thinking citizen for a long time. Also, such a liberal education prepares you to adopt and absorb the various facets of a fast-changing knowledge space that is becoming increasingly the need of the hour. In this another context, I would like to bring the importance of the knowledge to the arts, crafts, architecture, and aesthetics, as a part of engineering education. It's often commented that India produces very competent engineers, but falls short of being great innovators. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, I don't have to say who he is, was famous for his ideas on what makes products successful. According to him, the secret was to bring top-notch aesthetics with top-notch engineering. Remember, top-notch aesthetics with top-notch engineering. He himself is known to have said about why the Macintosh computer revolutionized computing, and I quote here Steve Jobs, I quote, "I think part of what made Macintosh great was the people working on it were musicians and poets and artists and zoologists and historians who also happen to be the best computer scientists in the world," unquote. With an ecosystem which is conducive to bring the best of engineers, with experts drawn from arts and humanity departments, one could really transform the outcomes of an engineering education through the creation of top-notch innovators. I am sure your university could be a leader in adopting these kinds of strategies, not only in the context of engineering, but also in marrying science education with arts, humanities, and other fields. This university, as you all know, ranks among the topmost universities in India and should now set its goals towards making an entry into the global ranking. Let me dwell a little more on what it means to be a world-class university. In view of Professor Alison Richard, the former Vice-Chancellor of the University of Cambridge, there are 4 factors that makes a university world-class. First, it must show a commitment to breadth and excellence in all fields of human inquiry. It should not be simply known for high standards in few chosen areas, even though it is also important. Secondly, the world-class institute universities engage in cutting-edge research along with teaching with next generation, that is their own students. Further, world-class universities produce students who will go on to be the leaders in all walks of life. Thirdly, great universities must allow their researchers the freedom to experiment, succeed, and sometimes to fail. In the words of Alison Richard, the researcher should be able to make grand mistakes as well as grand discoveries. It is often thought making those mistakes that the grand discoveries are made. Lastly, the world-class universities have permeable boundaries. This implies encouraging interdisciplinary research and teaching, working with other agencies like the private sector, fostering and encouraging partnership with industry, and even encouraging international collaboration. The bottom line is that the world-class universities look outward and think beyond conventional boundaries as it is today. The students that we educate today will have the opportunities to go to live in a wide range of cultures. We must equip them for this life by teaching, offering other types of experiences, meeting their contemporaries elsewhere, and so on. The question of bringing about transformation in Indian universities so that they become really examples of international diversity is going to be quite challenging. As a first step, we could experiment with bringing in several diverse cultures that this country offers within the ambience of a university environment so that a broader national outlook is made possible. I am saying these because universities like yours have certainly enormous potential in the era of globalization. The question is whether we can boldly take up those opportunities and make a virtue of the same. Coming to certain broader aspects about India, it is encouraging to note that India is on the track to become a major economic power in the not too distant future. Currently, with a $2+ trillion economy, India is already the 6th largest economy in the world when measured by nominal GDP. Many distinguished economists are of the view that with a sustained growth rate of 8%, which is realistic in the present context, by 2030, our share of the world GDP is expected to mount to $12 trillion. placing us as the third largest economy next only to US and China. When such a large economy coupled with the advantage of size, population and resources, India should witness an all-round growth in the coming years. With special reference to the Indian conditions, the sustenance and further growth of such a large economy, the sustenance and further growth of a large economy can be enabled primarily through the creation of a strong knowledge society. The educational systems, including higher education through universities, have a very critical role in this connection. Turning our attention further towards strengthening the role of science and technology as an important component of the knowledge society, the present government has ambitious plans to step up investments to promote education and research with special focus on providing impetus to social, industrial and strategic sectors. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, direction to the various departments of his government to fully utilize the capabilities of the Indian space endeavors to effect transformational development of the country is a case point. It is thus timely that we start examining every issue that could impact positively the role of science and technology in national development. My dear young friends, as you know, advances are taking place at a mind-boggling pace in several new scientific areas. The modern society is empowered by science, and the future of Indian market lies in the deployment of new and emerging technologies like the big data analytics, machine intelligence, machine learning, 3D printing, and cloud computing. As a specific case in today's technology-driven world, the data that we generate every microsecond is growing at a rapid velocity, and existing data governance is not sufficient to cope up with the analysis of this. The point I'm trying to make is one example of a big data analytics as an emerging area which could be professionally very challenging, competitive, and as a profession, something which is very exciting. The revenue for big data is not only from retailers, but also from most unexpected industries, like telecommunications, insurance, healthcare, and real estate, where it can be used for its productivity and accuracy. The future is looking bright for big data. It is being valued at 122 billion in 2015 and likely to become by 2019 next year 187 billion. The analytics market in India is expected to see a growth of 2 billion in 2015 to a lofty 16 billion by 2025. An exciting possibility for you, young friends. Dear students, a word about what is in store for you. When you step out of this institution, you have to face the world which is full of challenges and uncertainties. In the very heart of challenges, there are hidden opportunities. Further, in the progress of your life, you will certainly come across hurdles, handicaps, and failures. I can only advise that for everything you do, have a strong conviction, have the persistence to follow through your conviction, and have the courage to face the failures. I still remember the events in ISRO relating to the failures of the first two augmented satellite launch vehicles, what you call as ASLV. Even though there were two failures, successive failures, even though a sense of despondency overtook us initially, we did not allow this setback to override our resolve to succeed. I should say the critical analysis and the in-depth assessment of the problems we made and the technology and quality issues that we addressed really paved the way for the success of the present generation of PSLVs and GSLVs. In analyzing the failures, we got an insight into the inadequacies and the marginal nature of our initial design. Further, our courage of conviction made us work with redoubled vigor to succeed, which we did finally. I have often felt that life can teach you more from a failure than through the success. Also, as an example of our sense of self-confidence to achieve what may look impossible, I recall with pride India's remote sensing satellite program. In a matter of 3 generations of satellites spanning over 2 decades, we built world-class systems. In building these unique space engine imaging capabilities, we were faced with technology challenges, lack of inputs from previous experience of other nations, primarily because there were restrictions on the availability of such information, and above all, lack of our own infrastructure, both within the organization and also within the industries. In the face of these challenges, we had one strength, that is our own self-confidence. Our engineers and scientists brought to bear their originality and creative thinking that allowed several innovations in realizing these world-class satellites in which today we are the leaders. The remote sensing satellite program of India is providing a leadership to the world as the best satellites in the world in the civilian domain. Only through such innovations and originality can we acquire leadership. On the other hand, when we try to imitate or copy the ideas and approaches of others, we can never become leaders. My own experience with such situations has made me realize how extraordinary are the young minds in India who are currently the ones going to lead this country. The question is, one must have the right ambience that one needs to make such achievements to happen, and the determination of the youngsters to seize such challenges and make an opportunity out of them. Beyond the considerations of professionalism, challenges, opportunities, risks, and so on, you need to explore the limitless frontier of knowledge throughout your life. My dear friends, the path to great achievements and success will put enormous demands on you and call upon you to bring to bear the highest degree of professionalism, inspired by being a part of a fast-changing knowledge ecosystem. This in turn will imply continuous updating of your knowledge and thus making the process of learning a continuous one. The ancient Indian wisdom, reflected in the following Subhashitam sloga, is apt to the situation that I quote: Acharya padamadatte pandas shishyaha swamedaya pandas sahasra brahmajaribhyaha pandap kala kramena cha. A student learns 1/4 from the master, the second quarter accrues from one's own intelligence, the third from the fellow students, and time and experience confers the last quarter. And I unquote. I would like to add to this the ancient wisdom, a quote from Confucius, a Chinese philosopher and reformer: our greatest glory is not in ever falling, but in getting up every time we do, unquote. In conclusion, I would like to emphasize that as inheritors of a society which blossomed up great values for life and deep concern for human development, you should intensely aspire for deepening and broadening your knowledge, learn to experience the power of collective teamwork, and always be guided by higher values which you believe in. In all that lies before you, may God grant you wisdom, success, and true sense of fulfillment of your cherished ideals and goals. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request the Honorable Chancellor of Guwahati University to now address the gathering.
Honorable Education Minister of Assam, Shri Siddhartha Bhattacharya ji, Honorable Chief Guest of the Convocation, Dr. K. Kasturirangan, Vice Chancellor of the University, Dr. Mridul Hazarika, Dean of all faculties of Guwahati University, members of the Guwahati University Court, members of the Executive Council, Guwahati University, members of the Academic Council, Guwahati University, Professor H.P. Sharma, Rector, Guwahati University, Dr. S.K. Nath, Registrar, Guwahati University, staff and faculty of the university, invited guests and dear students. As Chancellor of the university, it is my privilege to welcome you all to the 27th convocation of Guwahati University. This university, which is the result of the collective dreams of and aspirations of the people, has been a leader in higher education since its inception. Founded by a generation of visionaries, which included Gopinath Bordoloi, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, Madhav Chandra Pez Barua, Bhuvaneshwar Barua, Kishan Kant Handik, and many others, Guwahati University has been marked with fine scholarship, strong values, good work ethics, and the desire on the part of its faculty and students to reach new heights. The university has creative writers, performing artists, eminent lawyers, scientists, journalists, administrators, and legislators among its alumni, and this is a fine example for coming generation of the students to follow. Guwahati University today has over 350 affiliated colleges offering undergraduate and postgraduate courses in the facilities of arts, science, commerce, law, engineering, fine arts, management, and technology. It has been ranked 39th among universities in the recent 218 NIRF. It is also doing particularly well in the category of teaching, learning, and resources. It has expanded its educational and research interests through several new courses and departments and new centers for study of South and Southeast Asia, Northeast, and the Center for Brahmaputra Studies. Some of these centers, through their research, have provided policy inputs in geostrategic areas and have helped the university to set up academic exchange programs and partnership with the universities of neighboring countries like Bhutan, Thailand, Laos, Japan, and China. Taking stock of the university achievements is a matter of pride for all of us who are involved with it. And as we complete 70 years, we look back with some pride, but we also look forward to the future with hope and expectations. My dear students, a convocation is primarily about students and their achievements. I congratulate the students who are formally graduating today after the successful completion of their different programs of study. Your academic success is a measure of hard work you have put in and of your aspiration towards a productive and meaningful life. You are at the threshold of a new phase in your life. At this moment, pause a moment and remember all those who have made a difference in your lives and acknowledge what this institution has given to you. Use the knowledge acquired in these years to contribute to society, the state, and the nation. Strive for excellence in your chosen fields. Carry within you the courage to stand up for what you believe is right, stand against injustice, and become good and competent citizens. I extend my best wishes for your journey ahead. Even as we take pride in achievements of our students and the glorious history of the institution, we must pause a while to consider what the future demands of us. The challenge for Guwahati University is to blend quality teaching with high quality research. The drop in NIRF ranking from 27 to 39 is a matter of concern. While the university has been doing well and there is a steady rise in its actual growth, it is important to identify the areas where there are lacunas and address judiciously. I have no doubt about the competence of the faculty and the administrators, but in order to take that leap forward, serious introspection along with the hard work and the will to change are required. I look forward to the further development of the university. I am also hopeful of the role the university plays in the challenging facing education and more generally the nation today. India's primary challenges continue to be poverty and uneven access to education and healthcare. The university's graduates are placed to address these issues. Such education needs to be vastly improved, and this is one area where I believe lies a direction-changing career choice. If school education is transformed nationally, higher education is bound to improve much faster and in more relevant directions. Alongside the question of access is that of quality. Making a curriculum that is both knowledge-oriented and skill and job-oriented has become necessity, but in either case, it is important to keep in mind that without high quality training and implementation, an excellent relevant curriculum might just remain on paper. There are several important reforms on the anvil, and many of these issues are being addressed at the administrative and regulatory stages of higher education today. It will be Guwahati University's challenge to understand, adopt, and adequately implement the best of the ideas that are being proposed. Additionally, it remains a goal for any educational institution to teach democratic and human values, and this is something that Guwahati University is well equipped to take up. One of the best ways to do this is to inculcate a spirit of independent thinking and openness among its community of teachers, students, and officers. I believe that Guwahati University has a great future. I hope that it will continue to grow, sustain its strength and position itself as one of the most sought after destinations for students from all over the region, the country, and the world. I also hope that the university also develops itself as a vibrant center for exchange programs and set up collaborations with the eminent institutions across the globe. I congratulate the Vice Chancellor, the staff, and the teaching community for their commitment to the cause of higher education. And once again, I congratulate the graduates, postgraduates, research degree holders, and all those who will receive their certificates and diplomas for courses under the university. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. I will now read out the scroll of honor for for Dr. Krishnaswamy Kasturirangan. Dr. Krishnaswamy Kasturirangan is currently the Chairman, Committee for National Education Policy, Chancellor, Central University of Rajasthan, Chairman, Public Affairs Centre, Bangalore, Chairman, Karnataka Knowledge Commission, Member, Atomic Energy Commission, Professor Emeritus at the National Institute of Advanced Studies, Bangalore. Honorary Distinguished Scientific Advisor, Indian Space Research Organization. Earlier, as Chairman of ISRO, he oversaw the space program of India between the years 1994 and 2003. He has been a member of the upper house of the Indian Parliament from 2003 to 2009 and concurrently Director of NIAS Bangalore. Subsequently, he was a member of the erstwhile Planning Commission. His interests include astrophysics, space science and technology, as well as science-related policies. Dr. Kasturirangan is a member of the International Academy of Astronautics and has served as its Vice President. He is a member of the International Astronomical Union and a Fellow of the World Academy of Sciences. He is a Fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences and served as its President during 2001 to 2003. He is Fellow of the Indian National Academy of Engineering and was its President during 2005 to 2006. He was also General President of the Indian Science Congress for the years 2002 to 2003. Besides, he is Fellow of the Indian National Science Academy and the National Academy of Sciences of India. He is the Honorary Fellow at Cardiff University, United Kingdom, and Academician of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences, Vatican City. He has won several awards, including the Brock Medal of International Society of Photogrammetry and Remote Sensing in 2004, the Alan D. Emil Memorial Award of the International Astronautical Federation 2004, the Theodore von Karman Award of the International Academy of Astronautics 2007, Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award in Engineering, Aryabhatta Award of Astronautical Society of India in 2003, Lifetime Achievement Award of Asia Pacific Satellite Communications Council, Singapore, Aryabhatta Medal of the Indian National Science Academy in 2000, Ashutosh Mukherjee Memorial Award given by the Indian Science Congress, Award of Jewel of Ruya College Alumni Association 2007, Maharana Uday Singh Award 2007 to 2008 by Maharana of Mewar Charitable Foundation, Udaipur in 2008. Raja Yogendra Award, Maharaja of Mysore in 2008, Vikram Sarabhai Memorial Gold Medal, Indian Science Congress 2009. He has been conferred with the highest civilian honors, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan by the President of India, and Award of Officer of the Legion d'Honneur by President of France. The Honorable Vice Chancellor will now present the candidate for Doctor of Letters, D.Litt. Honoris Causa to the Honorable Chancellor.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, the Executive Council of the Government University is pleased to honor Dr. K. Kasturirangan with the degree of Doctor of Letters, D.Litt. Honoris Causa, for his outstanding contribution to scientific knowledge, and I pray that he may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the Chancellor of the Guwahati University, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Literature, D.Litt., and charge you that ever in your life and conversation you show yourself worthy of the same.
Thank you. Dr. Horbesor Sohoria will now be escorted to the stage for the scroll of honor to be read out. Dr. Horbesor Sohoria is an Indian nephrologist and organ transplant specialist known for pancreatic transplantation and credited with more than 3,000 renal transplantations and over 5,000 surgeries for vascular access for hemodialysis. Dr. Sohoria did his MBBS from Guwahati Medical College under Guwahati University, worked at the Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh, as a resident while pursuing the master's degree, passing his MS in 1973 and completing his senior residency in 1976. Dr. Sohoria started his career as a pool officer under the Council of Scientific Industrial Research Program at the Renal Transplantation Department of PGI-MER in 1976. From 1978 to 1981, he was on the faculty at PGI-MER. He then moved to the Organ Transplantation Center, Institute of Genetics and Hospital for Genetic Diseases, Hyderabad, as the head of the center and chief renal transplant surgeon, and was there from 1981 to 1985. He performed the first renal transplantation here in 1981. He resigned from government service in 1985 and has since been practicing at various hospitals in the country. Dr. Sohoria is credited with many firsts. He was associated with the first successful kidney transplantation in India in 1973 at PGI-MER, Chandigarh. The first 10 renal transplants in Assam were done by him during the period 1992 to 2003. He performed the first cadaver donor renal transplant in Hyderabad, subsequently going on to perform 8 more such transplants. He has successfully performed renal transplants from an 18-month-old cadaver and from a 78-year-old cadaver, the youngest and oldest donors in India. He performed the first laparoscopic donor nephrectomy in 1988. Dr. Sohoria has been a member of the Asian Society of Transplantation 1991 to 1993 and the International Transplant Society 2002. He holds life membership of many medical associations such as the Indian Society of Nephrology, Association of Surgeons of India, Urological Society of India, Asian Society of Transplantation, Indian Society of Organ Transplantation, Indian Medical Association. He was founder chairman, Hyderabad Transplant Forum, honorary secretary, Andhra Pradesh Kidney Foundation, 1985, advisor, Central India Kidney Foundation, Nagpur, president of Indian Society of Organ Transplantation, 2006 to 2008, advisor, editorial board, Indian Journal of Transplantation, and chairman, Northeast Care Foundation. Besides the Padma Shri in 2014, he has also received many other awards and recognitions, such as membership of the National Academy of Medical Sciences, New Delhi in 1979, fellowship of the International College of Surgeons, fellowship of the American College of Surgeons in 1983. The Honorable Vice Chancellor will now present the candidate for the degree of Doctor of Letters, D.Litt, honoris causa, to the Honorable Chancellor.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, the Executive Council of Guwahati University is pleased to honor Dr. Sarveswar Sohoria with the degree of Doctor of Letters, D.Litt, honoris causa, for his contribution to urology and renal transplantation, and I pray that he may now be admitted.
By virtue of powers vested in me as the Chancellor of Guwahati University, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Literature, the D.Litt, and charge you that ever in your life and conversation you show yourself worthy of the same.
Thank you. Shri Neel Pawan Borua may kindly be escorted on to the dais. Shri Neel Pawan Borua, painter and artist, is the recipient of many prestigious awards. Shri Neel Pawan Borua, painter and artist, is the recipient of many prestigious awards for his art and is the founder of Assam Fine Arts and Crafts Society. He has been and continues to be a teacher and mentor to many generations of young artists. He had his formal education in art from Shantiniketan and has always expressed his indebtedness to the institution and his teachers there. But in his work, he has made a conscious choice to revive and work with aspects of the culture of Assam. With this intention, he has evolved his own distinctive idiom that is deeply immersed in his location. His affinity and association with the philosophy of Hankodeva is clearly reflected in his paintings. The cultural legacy preserved in the Hotras in the form of architecture, votive objects and textiles has enriched Neel Pawan Borua's imagery. Over the past 4 decades, Neel Pawan Borua has been engaged in conceptualizing, experimenting and executing ways to blend the traditional, folk, indigenous elements with those of the modern and Western art styles. Deriving material and structure from both local folk culture and the formalism of modern Western art, he has been experimenting with various indigenous materials and papier-mâché objects and masks made out of wicker, pith and clay. He has made an exhaustive study of traditional Assamese art of mask making to create an extensive array of artworks. Neel Pawan Borua's exploration of different mediums find expression in his innovative artwork on cigarette packs, matchboxes, cards, and his 2,000 calligraphic figurations on old newsprint reminiscent of Franz Clive. He has published a compilation of these under the title Bohundhara. These innovative exercises with matchbox, cigarette packets, and newspapers speak of the artist's constant search for the possibilities of forms and design in unconventional material. In many ways, he has been a pioneering figure in bringing art from the Northeast to the larger Indian public. The exhibition of his paintings in the exhibition hall, Fine Arts Faculty of MS University, Baroda, between 5th and 9th October 2010, and later on in the Gallery of Strand Art Room in Mumbai between 16 and 28 October 2010, was a watershed in contemporary art scene. Critics like Ganesh Kuhai, who were present at his exhibition, noted the meditative, contemplative mood of his work and his hieroglyphic quality, as well as repetitive aspects that is very similar to chanting. His reflective exploratory mode, seeking meaning and truth in multiple tonal variations, creates a profound layering effect, evolving the empirical, the aesthetic, and the socio-political. In the process, he seems to investigate and express the relationship between his emotions and the medium of communication that he employs. The Honorable Vice-Chancellor will now present the candidate for the degree of Doctorate of Philosophy to the Honorable Vice-Chancellor.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, the Executive Council of Guwahati University is pleased to honor Sri Nilpawan Barua with the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, honoris causa for his contribution in the field of art, and I pray that he may now be admitted.
By virtue of the power vested in me as the Chancellor of the Guwahati University, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, and charge you that ever in your life and the conversation, you show yourself worthy of the same.
May I now request the representative of the late Shukracharya Rabha to kindly come up onto the stage. I shall now read out the scroll of honor for late Shukracharya Rabha. Late Shukracharya Rabha, who gained nationwide recognition for his open-air theatre festival, was born on April 10, 1977 at Rampur village in Gwalpara of Assam. He learned the art of theatre initially in workshops on theatre direction and design at Guwahati. He further trained under Sri H. Kanhailal and Srimati H. Savitri at Kolakshetra, Imphal, Manipur, for 2 years. Later, he assisted Sri Kanhailal in the workshop productions and the project Nature Lore in 2005. He founded his own theatre group, Badung Doppa, at his village in 1998 with the aim of producing and directing theatre that would be closely embedded in the local cultures and local life. He has directed 12 plays in Rabha, Boro, and Nepali languages. Some of his innovative productions are Tikhar, Shankhoy, Rupalim, Hatiarufandi, Lovita, Toipoidom, Mudayamuchi, Dangai, and Dumuksi, and they have been performed and appreciated widely. Rabha also conducted workshops under the project The Ritual in Theatre jointly with Dinah Martinez Morales in collaboration with Theatre Embassy, the Netherlands. Shukracharya Rabha was actively engaged in promoting Rabha culture and language through the medium of theatre, connecting it to its roots even as he used the medium to promote environmental awareness, to make people aware about the importance of sal trees and discourage deforestation. Shukracharya Rabha started an annual festival of theatre called Under the Sal Tree in 2009 and regularly organized workshops for rural artists before and around the festival. In his short life, Shukracharya Rabha achieved considerable acclaim for his unique creative corpus. Besides the annual theatre festival, he also organized the annual Children's Theatre Festival for the last 6 years and was India coordinator of Theatre Embassy, Netherlands from 2009 to 2011. He received several awards for his innovative work in theatre. Among these awards are the Ustad Bismillah Khan Yuva Award of Sangeet Natak Academy, New Delhi for the year 2009 for theatre direction, the Aditya Bikram Birla Kalakiran Puraskar for outstanding performance in the field of theatre for the year 2010 from Sangeet Kala Kendra, Mumbai, India, the Pratima Borua Pandey Award from All Assam Students Union, ASU, Guwahati in 2010, the Mahendra Bhatt Thakur Award in 2012 from Ahom Natta Honmilon, the Jugal Kishore Chaudhary Memorial Award for the year 2015, and the Patliputra Award from Prangan, Patna, Bihar in 2016. He also received the Dorabji Tata Fellowship for the year 2012 and 13 and was invited by the British Council, UK, and the Goethe Institute, Germany, as an international guest observer for the International Edinburgh Theatre Festival and for the International Dance Drama Festival, Berlin, in the year 2016. Shukracharya Rabha passed away on June 8, 2018, at the age of 41. The Honorable Vice-Chancellor will now present the candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, honoris causa to the Honorable Chancellor.
Honorable Chancellor, Sir, the Executive Council of Guwahati University is pleased to honor late Shukracharya Rabha with the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, honoris causa for his contribution in the field of art, and I pray that he may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as Chancellor of the Guwahati University, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, and charge you that ever in your life and conversation you show yourself worthy of the same.
Thank you. The Honorable Vice Chancellor will now present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, of all faculties. The candidates for this degree will please rise.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, I present to you the candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of powers vested in me as Chancellor of Guwahati University, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, and charge you that ever in your life and conversation you show your worth yourself worthy of the same.
We will now announce the names of the PhD candidates for the year 2017, and they will receive their degree from the Honorable Chancellor. They will walk up one by one to the stage. Abhijit Bora.
Ambarish Adhyapak. Angana Borua. Anjana Moi Soikya. Babita Barua.